What's good, y'all? Welcome to Off the Backboard. I am your host, Eloy Thomas, and today we're just going to be going through the award odds through week 3 of the NBA season. We're also going to be ripping a few packs of boxes. Got a good variety here. We got some Panini Mosaic. These are all 2022-2023. We got the Select right here. And ones went flying. Let's hope that didn't damage the cards. We got some Prism right here as well. So yeah, we're going to be ripping all 3 of those today, going through some award odds, and I'm also going to be giving my predictions for the award. Some of these odds look kind of crazy just because it's so early into the season, but let's get right into it. Alright, and we are back. So we are going to start with the Select box here. And we're going to be working from the awards that I think are kind of the most boring to, MVP. First award that we're going to start off with is Coach of the Year. The frontrunners, and by the way, I'm going off of Vegas odds for this, so odds on other sites, other things might be a little bit different. But first, we're going to start with Coach of the Year, with the frontrunners being Joe Mazzulla, Mark Daigneault. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And we got Adrian Griffin. So basically with Mark Daigneault, some of the keys that, make him a good candidate for this, he's coaching the second youngest team in all of the NBA. And projected so far, because the Thunder are my team, so I might be being a little bit biased here. But from my projections, I think that we should be a very solid playoff team. I really hope that we don't have to sneak in through the play-in. But just because of how talented the league, the Western conferences in specific, that might not be a given. As of right now, we're sitting at a 5-4 record, so just barely sitting above 500. I think that's where we might finish through the year. I think that we're just about a 45 and 46 win team, hopefully. Like I said, this Western Conference is super stacked. Up next, we got Joe Mazzulla, who is coaching an amazing Celtics team right now. Like, they have been just dominant, starting out the season 6-2. They're leading the league in net rating as well as second in the league in offensive rating and wins. So basically, it's been a really well-rounded, well-oiled machine with Jason Tatum leading the helm. The additions of Drew Holiday and Kristaps have looked amazing for them so far, just replacing that defense that they lost in Marcus Smart. As well as that, they're top 5 in points per game allowed in games. So they're giving up the least in top 5. You guys get what I'm trying to say. So, the offense is there, the defense is there. We start out with a nice little Luka pull here. It's base, but still throw it to the side. Got a Peyton Watson rookie, Malachi Brown rookie, and it looks like a green parallel Jaylen Brown. So that's not the worst start, but definitely trying to get some a little bit more than base cards. You know what I mean? And then you also got Adrian Griffin, who as of right now is leading the Bucks to a 5-3 record, which just in my opinion, it's looked a little bit shaky. I thought that the Dame and Giannis combo was going to be a little bit more explosive offensively, but they've been about middle of the pack in offense, and the defense has not been great at all. They're top 10 in points per game, which, like I said, the offense is there, right? They're, I think, 7th in points per game, but to counter that, they're also bottom 5 in total points allowed per game. So they're not really defending really well as we get a Zion there. Also, there's another camera right here giving you guys will see it. That Josh Gidd right there. But again, this is not being biased, but my prediction for winning this all is going to be Mark Daigneault. I think that he has the biggest, task as a coach, leading the second youngest team ever with 2 rookies that are playing massive additions to the team in Cason Wallace and Chet Holmgren. Oh, speaking of Chet, got us a nice little Chet rookie right there. I think that Joe Mazzulla, if he leads the Celtics to an insane record, which it's looking like they can do right now. They've just been that dominant out in the East. He could be, someone that can sneak and take it from him, but I think that this is Mark Schwartz to lose. And up next, we're going to have the most improved player. Top 3 players that Vegas has it at right now to win the award are Tyrese Maxey, Scotty Barnes, and Cade Cunningham. So just to preface this, I'm mostly going to be talking about Scotty Barnes and Tyrese Maxey the whole time, just because I don't feel like someone who played as little games as Cade did. I think he played like 12 games last year. Should be in contention for most improved player, and as well as that, he was the #1 pick. Like, everyone is expecting him to be that guy, you know. As we start with we got a parallel on the back. As we start with a nice little Darius Garland right here. But for starters, Scotty Barnes has been insane this year. This guy, he's averaging on the season. He's averaging. As my brain farts, I'm sorry, but we're averaging 20. He's averaging 21.5 points a game, 2 blocks, a steal and a half, 6 assists, and 10 rebounds so far in the season. And I know it's only been 8 games, but just the jump that he's taken so far in the season has been monumental. And I know that hasn't exactly turned into wins for the Raptors, but that's no fault of him, right? He's doing everything that he can for that team. Last year, as we get a nice ant right there, Ant-Man has been insane this season. But last year, he averaged, it was about 15 points, so he's seeing a 5-point per game jump so far. He's averaging a full block more, about a half a steal, 2 more assists, and 4 more rebounds than he did last year, which it's been a tremendous jump for him. We'll see if he can average. I think that he might be able to flirt with a double-double for the year, but I honestly don't see him averaging a double-double on the whole year. Next, we got Tyrese Maxey for the 76ers, who, of course, has been... as we get a nice little orange parallel play right there. It's not too bad. Definitely getting sleeved up. But Tyrese Maxey, he's seen a huge increase all around the board, right? So last year, he averaged about 20 points. He's up to 26 points right now. From 3.5 assists to 7.5 assists, right? So he's moving the ball a lot more, playing really, taking in that starting point guard role really well as getting his rebounds per game up by 2. And he's just been a guy that I feel is the main reason why they were so comfortable with getting quote-unquote fleeced in that James Harden trade, is just because they know that Tyrese Maxey has all that potential to just, as I open this pack. Hope I didn't ding any corners on that one, but yeah, Tyrese Maxey has just looked absolutely insane as the primary ball handler for the 76ers, not having James Harden there, taking a lot of the touches, a lot of the minutes. That's why, for me, he's personally my most improved player. He's the one that I see taking it this year. Just being able to be a James Harden replacement, as we get a nice Benedict Mathurin rookie right there. But just being able to be the replacement for James Harden on a team that really needed that primary ball handler, he's been insane. He's also been more efficient this year too, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's about the same, just on more attempts though. So last year he was shooting 15 shots a game. This year he's up to 19, still keeping it around that 48% efficiency. And he's also jumped his 3-point shooting up by 10 percentage points, up from 28% to 31% on, it looks like 2 more attempts. So he was shooting 3 attempts last year. He's putting up 5 again now. He's looked great for the Sixers so far, and that's why I have him as my... That's why I have him as my most improved player, as we get a nice little Jalen Suggs insert right there. Next, we're going to have Defensive Player of the Year. So the top 3 front runners for this one, according to Vegas, are Jaren Jackson Jr., Giannis, and Evan Mobley, who all are having pretty decent seasons on defense so far. Jaren Jackson Jr. is averaging about 2 blocks a game, 7 rebounds a game, 0.3 steals, sorry about that. And he has a 2.5 overall differential percentage.
Which basically just means you're taking the base field goal percentage for, like league average, and what he's defending at a rate. So he's basically defending, they're making 2.5 less shots when they're on him. Long story short.
But, he's looked decent. The Memphis Grizzlies, and as a whole, obviously, as you guys know, haven't looked good at all. They've been absolutely atrocious without Draw there. As we get, speaking of, we get a new Grizzly there in Marcus Smart. You know, for a team that has the last 2 defensive player of the years on their team, you would thought that the defense on this team would have been, you know, something that they could lean on a little bit more. But as of right now, they're about middle of the pack, 16th in the league in team defensive rating. Jaren, in my opinion, has been a little bit disappointing. Last year, he's not putting up the block numbers that he was last year. The rebounds are staying the same. That's one thing that he's always been criticized for, is his lack of rebounds. As we get a nice little call. Ooh. Cool Thunder Lane, Bam Adebayo insert there. But yeah, he just hasn't looked quite the same defensively as he did this year, so I doubt that he'll be repeating. Next, you got Giannis, who's averaging a cool block and a half a game, 9.5 rebounds, half a steal, and he's actually the only one on this list in the negative in the overall differential. So he's been, you know, people are shooting better when he's their primary defender. But again, Giannis, their team just hasn't looked great in defense. So I was really surprised when I seen him in the top 3 of odds for Defensive Player of the Year. I know that it's still really early, but the odds are live. They're supposed to reflect basically what is going on in the season current day. And the Bucks are 25th in the team defensive rating, and like I said, they're bottom 5 in points given up in the regular season so far. So they just have not looked good defensively. And Defensive Player of the Year more than likely goes to the best defensive player on one of the best defensive teams in the league. So unless the Bucks as a whole can really step it up, then I don't see Giannis winning this award. And now to the person that I have taken it home is Evan Mobley. One thing, I don't even think that Bam was top 6 in Defensive Player of the Year odds, which was kind of crazy to me. I feel like this is, when it comes down to it, this is going to be a race between Evan Mobley and Bam Adebayo, right? Bam so far in the season is averaging 2 blocks, Evan is averaging 2 blocks on the season, which is a career high for him so far through these, I think they played 9 games so far. 10.8 boards, almost a steal a game, and 3.8% offensive differential. And they're also floating around middle of the pack in defense with 14th right now. But they're missing a few key contributors, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't watched a lot of Cavaliers this year. I've really just been focused on, you know, like the Thunder, the games that we've been playing, and obviously the Wemby show. I've been tuning into a lot of Spurs games, so I haven't got the chance to watch a lot of the Cavs this year. But Jarrett Allen has been out, if I'm not mistaken, so that team defense should go up as we start. Ooh, another one that's been thrown into the personal collection. A nice Jalen Williams rookie right there. All right, so we're gonna get started with this Prism box here. Next award that we got up is Sixth Man of the Year. So Sixth Man of the Year has always been one of my favorite awards, just because I feel like, one, having a strong sixth man is very fundamental to building a championship caliber team. You know, having that guy off the bench that can kind of lead the second unit. And 2, it's always just given to like a guy that's just known to get a bucket, right? And I feel like that's the top 3 that we got here, being in Emmanuel Quickley, Malik Monk, and Norman Powell. Now, Norman Powell this year hasn't been quite as, you know, like the bucket that we used to know him as. Like, when people seen that Norman Powell was going to the Clippers and he was going to be coming off the bench, it was kind of like it was seen as like a really steal pickup, right? Just because he was a guy that could come off and give you 20 a night. But he just hasn't had the scoring so far this year. He's only putting up 11 points a game, a couple assists, a couple of rebounds, so he hasn't been exactly that, but that's just because Paul George has been fantastic this year. Kawhi Leonard's been actually playing this year. You have Russ, who's going to be taking his shots, and now you also have James Harden on the roster, so I don't see his points going up too much, but he's been extremely efficient for them thus far. 41% from 3 and 52% just overall field goal percentage. So he is a candidate, of course, but I feel like this is mainly going to be more between Malik Monk and Emmanuel Quickley. Emmanuel Quickley, someone who I've got to watch a couple of games of his this year, and he's just been great off the bench. When I first looked at his stats, I honestly thought that he was going to be averaging more. But on the season so far, he's giving you 15 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 32% from three, 47% from the field goal. So he's been more efficient this year than he has in past years, which is great, obviously. But I can't even lie. I thought he was going to be averaging closer to 20, as we get a cool Terrence Mann right there. But yeah, he's just been electric for the Knicks so far this year. And then you got Malik Monk, of course, coming off the bench for the Sacramento Kings, averaging 14.5 points, 5.5 assists, 2.5 rebounds a game. Not very efficient though, 34% from three, which isn't terrible, but 39% from the field goal line. Field goal line, my stupid ass. But yeah, 39% from field goal, which of course not ideal. But for a guy that kind of talks the shots that he takes, he's a little undersized at that shooting guard position, and he just takes really tough shots. So he's never been a guy that, you know, anyone is really expected to be very efficient, as we haven't really hit on anything out of this prison so far. But I feel this year, this is Emmanuel Quickley's award to lose, right? He's going to be that spark plug off of the bench for the next team that really needs it, especially when you have Julius Randle doing all that boneheaded stuff, whatever the hell he be doing. As we get a nice little base Luka right there. But we're about to get into this next pack, as well as the Rookie of the Year notes, which I feel are Rookie of the Year odds. This year, Rookie of the Year, they had the, I think the third guy in the odds was Brandon Miller, but let's just be clear, this is the Chet versus Wemby race, right? Both of these guys, we got a nice one right there. Ooh, I already have one of these, but guess I'll double up on it, you know. But so Chet, so far I've watched every single minute of Chet Holmgren's NBA career, and he's just been fantastic for the Thunder. Easily our second best player over Josh Giddey, and I wouldn't say easily. Him, J-Dub, and Lou Dort all, I feel, bring very different things to the table, of course, but Chet just overall has been our second best player in my opinion, right? So far in the season, he's averaging 16.2 points, 2.3 blocks, which is crazy for a rookie, crazy rookie numbers. An assist a game, a steal a game, 2.5 assists a game, a steal a game, and 8 rebounds. On crazy efficiency. I know that this efficiency probably isn't going to be sustainable, at least on the three-point end, but so far in the season, he's averaging 50% from three, 55% from the field. Just crazy rookie numbers for Chet, right? Had an amazing game, his career high game so far against the Warriors I'm not even gonna get into that, because just watching that game, man, that's probably the most upset that I've been at a game this year. The officiating, I'm just not even gonna get into it. But yeah, Chet has been amazing this year, but then you got that guy out in San Antonio, man, the Slender Man. that costume just fit him so naturally. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere of him in that Slender Man costume. But he's so far on the season averaging about 20 points a game, 19.9, 3.5 blocks, 2.5 steals, an assist. Wait, did I type that wrong? I'm not even going to get into the stats right now, but just watching this dude, because I've watched pretty much every game of his career so far, he is something that the league should definitely be scared of, right? Because this guy, as we get a nice Franz right there, has been just breathtaking to watch. Must-see TV. Just the way that he moves as a 7'4", it's just unfathomable. Like, you can literally see me not even have the words to be able to explain it. You got a nice JT right there. Ooh. Looks like we got an auto coming up next. Ron Harper Jr., rookie penmanship. Not gonna lie, and I don't know if I'm being casual right now because I have not watched the Raptors at all, but I do not know who this guy is. Up next, and last but not least, we have the MVP award. Yeah, the top 3 front runners for this, according to Vegas so far, are Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, and Jason Tatum. And so far, Jason Tatum, of course, has led the Celtics to the 6-2 record. I'm actually not quite too sure what the Mavericks record is. Let me check that out real quick. And then, basically the point that I'm trying to get at here is this is Nikola Jokic's award to lose. He has been absolutely insane this year. As we check these standings real quick, see what Luka and the Nuggets are sitting at. Actually, now that I think about it, so the Nuggets are 8-1, absolutely insane. And then you have dang, I did not realize that the Mavericks were 7-2 on the season so far. Jesus Christ. So yeah, this is gonna be a neck and neck. I forget Jokic running away with it, just because I did not know that the Mavericks were winning games like that. Shout out to Luka, man. As we get a Victor dominance, little drama rant, you know what I'm saying? Little drama rant action. But and first throwback of the day with the Paul Pierce, in his eyes, top 1 small forward of all time. But yeah, I genuinely think that this is going to be a great race between dang, I gotta give it up to Luka again, because I did not know that guy had them winning games like that. But so far, Nikola Jokic is averaging did I not put there? Oh, okay. Yeah, 29 points per game, 8 assists, and 13 rebounds. About a steal, about a block. Luka is insane, man. So far, putting up 33 points a game, 8.5 assists, 9 rebounds, and a steal. He's putting up 41% from 3 on 10 attempts, mind you. Fucking Christ, bro. Luka, man. 51% field goal from the field goal. Jokic is 33% from 3 and 62%. We all know that the Joker is crazy, man, but 62% is crazy as we go to dig into this Mosaic box. Man, what can be said about these two dudes? It's the state of the NBA right now, having so much foreign talent in it is honestly great to see. Jason Tatum and Giannis Antetokounmpo were pretty much neck and neck in odds. They're obviously not. I think that this is going to be a Luka and Jokic race this year. But they were neck and neck, but I decided just to throw JT in there. They have a better record, obviously. You have to have a solid team in order to win MVP. And he's just been balling out so far this season, man. A little bit down on scoring from last year through the first 9 games, about 27.8 points, about a steal and a half, 3.5 assists, 10 rebounds. The rebounding numbers are looking great. 40% from 3 and 51% from the field goal. And if he keeps the Celtics winning like they have been, then this could be a closer race than I'm making it seem in. But man, Jokic and Luka are just on another planet. I seen this post the other day that basically said something along the lines of the gap between the best player in the world and the second best player in the world is as big as it's been since LeBron in 2013, I think it was. But I seen that, and it's just I feel like you can't. I know that Nikola Jokic is on another planet right now. The dude is absolutely insane, averaging a cool 30 on 60% from the field. I don't know why I keep saying free throw. 60. I mean, I was about to say he's averaging 60. My mind's all scatterbrained. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. I hope that y'all can have some patience with me. But 13 rebounds, 8 assists. The guy is just otherworldly. But Luka, man, he's just something we've never seen before in the NBA. unless you know you're counting Larry Bird, but that's a super old head take of me, my bad. I'll take. But yeah, man, this race is gonna be insanely close, but I still think that this is the Joker's award to lose. I'm not gonna say that they gave that dude out in Philly a sympathy MVP last year, but anyways, yeah, Nikola, man, he's the best player on the planet. And when I said that statement before, the gap's not as big as people think it is between him and number 2, but there is still space there, because I think that Jokic is easily the best player on the planet right now. He's leading one of the best teams on the planet right now, and this is his award to lose. So I'm trying to decide if I want to open this or if I should just save it for another video, because I didn't even know. Again, this is my first time doing this. I didn't know how fast I was going to be able to open the cards in comparison to talking. But I have a good feeling about this box, so I'm going to save the Mega for another day. We'll open this in another video so we can get the reaction from it. But I really appreciate anyone that's watching this right now. This is, again, my first shot at trying out this whole video making thing, and I hope that if you did stick around this far, that you enjoyed yourself listening to me ramble and open up packs and get who even was that? Get the Ron Harper Jr. auto was the hit today. Anyways, man, again, thank you so much for watching. I'm checking out.